Hello, I'm Lucy Jennings from the Creativity Patch. Come along with me and let's do some happy weaving. So I'm going to take my first piece and I'm going to thread it through the needle. I'll start weaving by going over, under, over, under, over, under, all the way across. Now this fabric strip on this end is going to need to be incorporated up into the weaving. So I'm going to cut a slow taper. Pack it down, and then return the weaving. Now we want to be very careful that we're not going to pull it too tight. We want to leave a nice turnaround on the right side of the warp, because if we pull it too tight, that brings it in. Ooh, that's not good. No, 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 no. We want to just do it nice and gently. And then notice how I have it at a diagonal. As I weave down, I pack the fabric in, and it kind of settles in. See how it's kind of like fluctuating in and out? That way it doesn't pull in on the warp, because if I starts pulling in, it will just naturally want to just shrink up, and the next thing you know, it's smaller at the top than at the bottom. I know, because I've done it. So I'm going to take my tapestry needle and rethread it with this fabric. And what I'm doing right now is I'm weaving exactly like I wove this fabric strip here. We call these picks. This is one pick of the fabric strip, and this is the next pick of the fabric strip. Picks are when we weave the weft back and forth. The warp is the up and down threads. The weft is the back and forth threads. The warps we call the ends, and the wefts we call the picks. Isn't it just so fun to learn all the weaving jargon? When I first learned to weave, that was my favorite part, that I knew what some things meant and other people did not. Back to work, Lucy. Now, right here, you'll see that my needle is threaded through exactly like that last pick. So that is because I'm laying it right in, and I am just going to let this kind of show that side of the fabric. I like that. And the look I want for this weaving is I want these little ends kind of sticking out. I'm going to let it go under a couple of more and just let it stick out that way. If you don't like that, if you don't want that, you can make it go to the back, just like so. You would just let it, you probably let a little more hang down, and you would just hang it towards the back. But that's not what I'm going for on this weaving. I'm going for the look of kind of a little bit frayed edges. I like it with this fabric. Just kind of matches the little flowery look. And now I'm going to rethread this fabric strip. And now he came up from behind here, so he went under last. So now he's going to go over and under. If it ever gets confusing, just go like that with your needle and see, is it opposites from the pick before it? Yes, so I'm doing okay. One thing nice about a little weaving is if you make a mistake, it's not that big of a deal to take the row out. Such a small little weaving. Remember, I'm being careful of the warp edge. That was a little bit too much. I'm going to pull it in a little bit more. and scrunch it down. Now, if you would like to use a table fork to pack it down, that works fine, but you don't need it. Now, I'm going to cut a taper again. The more finely it tapers, the better, because then it blends in. It doesn't look like you have too big of a gap where it's fitting in one fabric strip laying right on top of the other. What we're going to do now is learn how to splice two pieces of fabric strips together. This one's going to be going this way, and I'll be starting a new strip right on the same row. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my other fabric strip, the new one I'm going to weave in, and I am going to cut it at a taper. And the taper is just about the same as, whoops, got strings there. The taper is just about the same as the one I just cut. See, they're about the same length. You want it to be a couple of inches so it won't be coming out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread the needle and just start weaving back. I'm going to lay it in and let a little bit hang there. Then I'm going to thread this fabric strip. And I'm going to weave through just like I wove that one. This is acting like the same pick, the same row. I'm going to go across. I want a little bit brighter of the fabric to show, not the back side. And I'm going to hang on to it about right here. I'm going to grab it, and that is where I want it to hang down. And I'm going to squish it down, and it's going to lay right on top of that one. Now I'm going to keep going across. Like I said, if you don't want these showing, you just push them to the back. But I kind of like them. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about weaving, subscribe to my channel. And be sure to check out my website, The Creativity Patch. There's lots more things to learn there, and I've got some really fun weaving kits. See you there, and happy weaving!